Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play HOI4 Kaiserredux as New England. Let's continue on from where we last left off. So, Canada is a single day away from crossing the border, but on that last day, they had another crippling strike. So we're now just in a situation where we have to wait ever so slightly for the war to begin, which should allow us to push troops immediately into the CSA. Because as you can see, there are no troops in Pennsylvania. There's no troops in New York City. So we can probably rush to Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, and New York City, all within not a day per se, because that's going to be a little bit, I think, too fast. But still pretty quickly. Let's go for New England Heritage. The 10% stability is probably the best thing we have there, but even then, it's just okay, because we're actually only getting 8%. It's going to max out our factory output, dockyard output, by I think 3-ish%, 3.2% to get up to 20, which is not nothing for sure. But it's not insanely good. But hopefully, does it say when this lasts till June 19th? So we're still actually like a month away from hopefully the war happening. Is your war support just like really low? Well, 94%, so I'm actually not too sure what your strikes are over. Is it over the conscription thing in Quebec? That might be the case. Venezuela has elected a syndicalist government. That doesn't, I think, affect us too much. What I'm more interested in still is what's happening over here in Austria. Because again, Illyria is at war with Germany. Bulgaria and Russian empires ended hostility. Bulgaria and France. Who are you now? Now you've had a coup. Who's now a constitutional monarchy? Okay, so you're just in it completely sure. Venezuela has joined the Third International. I don't believe there is anybody. Are you part of the Reichspakt? No. I don't think there's anybody in the Reichspakt part of any faction. Actually, Chile and Argentina are probably going to join the International as well. So the International's got a pretty strong foothold in South America at the moment. And I think it's going to get stronger once Chile and Argentina again get through their focus tree a little bit more. Russia hasn't been getting anything accomplished. But Vienna has fallen. So I'm assuming it's going to be... No, it's not this one. I just don't know which war it would be in here. I don't even see the second Weltkrieg in this list, to be honest. Like, I don't... Is it this war? Reichspakt? I mean, this is the closest, but even then, it doesn't actually show anything about Austria, so who knows? Who knows what's happening there? But apparently they're not actually dead yet. Maybe because they still have Salzburg would be my best guess. I mean, they have Boston as well. I mean, I guess there's a handful of cities that are still somewhat important. But I'm sure they're going to be dead very, very soon. Okay, Illyria and Austria. They've actually just ended their war here. Okay, never mind. Illyria is now just going to... I guess they fought for their independence. They got their independence and now they don't care. There's still a war with the Germans. So I wouldn't be surprised if Germany just invades Illyria. But it should put the Austrians in a pretty weakened situation, I would say. 12 out of 36 divisions. I mean, we'll find out for sure. We cannot send any troops to either help out the Austrians. We cannot send troops to help out Germany. And we're still, again, like 2 weeks away, maybe. Because even after they cross the border, I think they still need to actually do the decision to attack. Sicily has again joined the Austrian faction. What's wrong with you? Just choose a faction to be in. I do not... What are you I don't get it. I'm sure they're going to join the Reichspakt, and they're probably going to once again join it with Austria. Which actually, funnily enough, Illyria is now at war with the Austrians because they were at war with Sicily, which means that they're... Whatever. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But it does make some silly situations, I guess you can say the least. So you guys will be ready to deploy. Because you already have all your equipment, right? You do. And you know what? Put like 3 more in. And yeah, you should still have enough equipment. Do I have any light tanks? I have 97. Which really isn't enough to make a new... You're actually... You only have one tank in you. So you're not really even tank divisions. You just have a single motorized unit. Which isn't actually that fantastic. It's actually kind of like meh. It's better than nothing. But they don't fill the roles of a regular tank division for your army. Which is a shame. Maybe we do need to start making more tanks. I know light tanks are not the best. Do something like that. Because our Air Force, while it's never going to be extremely good, 168 aircraft I think is better than we could expect. Given the situation. Okay, so England has invaded the Dutch. I mean, the Dutch did invade Scotland. They're still holding out okay. But they do still have 2 ports. I think the Austrians are just going to get killed again. I think they've already lost Vienna. They've already lost Vienna to... Is Hungary involved in the war? No, Hungary still wants nothing to do with it. But I think they take Bozen, or they take Salzburg, or Linz. They probably need like a handful of, or all these cities. But once that's done... Honestly, I'm not too sure. It's going to get Sicily to at least capitulate. Metas has overthrown the Greek government. You're still part of the Belgrade Pact. But I think the Belgrade Pact is going to dissolve sooner rather than later. The Dutch entities have made progress in Croatia. You know, as you do. 757 days. That's 2 years. You know what? Let's just do it. We have our research bonuses, so we might as well use the bonuses. Norway's capitulated. That's not a huge surprise. You guys have now gotten crossing the border. Of course, the CSA immediately puts troops on the border, which does weaken them in the sense that they don't have as many troops on all their other front lines. But it really ruins the element of surprise. Like, the surprise is just gone. Which is a real shame. Because it would have been really nice just to smash our way straight through, kind of like the west coast, the east coast, not the west one. The west one's owned by the PSA, which we have to invade at some point in the future. So we'll get you done. We'll immediately go into Spartan Nation. It's going to give us huge modifiers. After that, the King in yellow and Nation of Madness really don't matter. The war support is fine, but we're already maxed out. The stability and war support again also don't do anything unless they give you some events. But I'm not even too sure if they do. Okay, we get 2.5% war support. Thanks, I guess. Could be better. Could be a lot worse. Looks like Illyria has kicked the Dutch out of their territory for now. They do actually have like 2 ports. Like, you're actually doing pretty well down here. I don't think the Kingdom of Sicily has too much of a leg to stand on. And the Ottomans will soon have completed their war as well. Yes, immediately go to Spartan Nation. We want to remove our negative 30% penalty. Because right now we have negative 25%, which is horrible. Okay, so Canada's intervened in the war, which means we need to, I think, immediately join. I mean, you're at war. You're at war both. You know what? Let's only intervene against the syndicates. Would not be at war with the American Union State for now. I don't think that helps us. Another dockyard. You know what? Get in the tanks. So now that we're at war, we need to start pushing our way through. You've actually just immediately left the border. You know what? HOI4 AI, I salute you for making my life significantly easier. Where are you going? Nobody knows. But here, you are not. So I appreciate your contribution to the war effort. We would like to immediately push our way here. You take that. The militia that I'm trying to select, yeah, you go to this province. You guys move in. And that works out pretty well. They're not moving all their troops, but they are moving enough of their troops that we can actually make a some pretty strong moves in. How about you go here? You go here. You go to this province, go straight to Philadelphia and capture near Dover. You take over all of New Jersey. And yeah, I appreciate the AI for being sometimes incompetent, would be maybe one of the words that we're looking for here. Philadelphia will fall. You guys push into him, because he's going to soon be encircled. When are you leaving? You're going to be leaving in 1 day from now. What are you? I'm not joining a war against American Union State. I understand that we're going to need to get it done eventually, but I don't think right now is that time. Can you go here? You can. I would appreciate it if you did. Okay, you go to that province, you go to this province. Can you... Like, Dover, I think, is completely isolated. So take over that region as well. And I would say that this is a pretty decent start to a war. Every other front is looking okay. I don't think the CSA is going to be able to push us anywhere. And you guys are all making good moves. I mean, our Air Force of the Mid-Atlantic admittedly isn't fantastic. Okay, you guys go here. You're making maneuvers. Can I get you guys to do anything? Yeah, so we'll start crossing this river. Is this the Hudson River? It might be. I'm not too sure which one the Hudson River is. Okay, you guys move here. We do have a technology slot. What do we want to research? Well, still not 1940, but I think we're going to go for the research tech for now. You could have... Is Washington a core? It is now a core. So you know what? Let's go take Washington, D.C. It's going to be like a decent city, I think, for us to have. Same with Baltimore. I mean, I've heard of Baltimore before, so I feel like that means it's pretty important. Austria is soon going to be absolutely murdered. We'll see how that works out for them. I'm going to go with probably not ideal. And you are now returning to the front lines. Okay. I think for right now, the progress we have made is pretty good. Once you get here, also help attack here. And you know what? You move out like this. Just move a little bit further in. Cross another river. Losses right now are at 9,000. 46,000 against them. So I feel like those are pretty good numbers, all things considered. So we're 90% against the guy in Washington. We should be... Okay, I think you're retreating. How about you guys hold position for now? If we can get... Yes, excellent. So you're going to go there. You move your way, capture this little territory here. We have a free military factory. We have 2 free military factories, actually. So you know what? More aircraft, I think, makes sense. When are we leaving the Mid-Atlantic? About right now, honestly. Like, we're getting close to not being in the right area anymore. But we've already gone down to 50%. Which I would consider... Oh, these provinces connect. You connect to here? You do not. Okay. Well, you guys fight like that. You guys move here. You're a Marine. So you should be somewhat easy to dislodge. Would be my guess, at least. Can I upgrade you at all? No. Can I upgrade you at all? Unfortunately not. I mean, the CSA is winning their war. Mexico has not got involved quite yet, but I know that they can. Maybe because they're at war with Central America, they're not going to intervene quite yet. We'll see. We'll see. Trying to think, like, what are you? Who are you? You're part of Argentina? Okay. We don't want to be taking too many casualties because we really can't afford high casualty rates, which I know is very surprising. Being, you know, tiny old New England here. Tony's capitulated. We did get Spartan Nation, which is lovely. The King in Yellow. I think we just... Upstate New York, like, we don't even need those forts anymore. It's, like, too late for that. You're the Casus Bellis. We could just embrace the darkness. America is dead, and we must accept that. Close economy. Get command economy. I mean... Not a bad idea. Actually, wait, no, it makes every country hate us. We couldn't trade all the other... Like, we don't produce that many resources in the country. So not being able to trade, I would consider that to be a penalty. So you know what? Let's reestablish the Minutemen. By the way, what are my values here? So I'm getting a 39% boost. A 39% boost because of country. Which I would consider to be extremely good. Our defensive values, by the way, is... Actually, only 30%, which I'm actually surprised by. Well, it's only 30. You're 20% boost. Did I not have more defense modifiers? We solved the New England Civil War. Did I not solve the Civil War at some point? I could have sworn that I did, but... You know, what do I know? You know, you guys just all sit back. I think it's time to take over whatever territories we can. Move in. Do not reinforce this, please. Yeah, you assist in that battle. Because Cleveland, Pittsburgh, those are also two big cities we want to take. I think it's probably Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Detroit, Chicago. And that should hopefully just be the end of the CSA. Annex all of this region. And once we have that under our control, then we can start to push. Yeah, the entrenchment's pretty good. Maybe our modifiers, were they for core defense? They might have been. Like, we have decent... Yeah, 10% modifier on core. Which, unfortunately, we don't have quite yet. They're also sending a lot of troops against us. By a lot, I mean, they're actually sending more troops against us than maybe some of the other factions, which is unfortunate, because we don't want the CSA to win. That'd be bad. How much manpower do you guys have, by the way? Honestly, having less than, like... You have 0. You have 0. Having less than 1 million for the CSA is actually, wonderful. Because usually they have, way too much. That's the statistical value of how much, manpower the CSA has. It's too much. Can you guys do anything? I can maybe push into you. You're fighting, you know what you're fighting? If we can get you multiple combat penalties, that would be nice. The Ottoman Empire has gone absolutely insane. How about you push into here? You're a militia, you're not very good. We can probably immediately push into this province and maybe take Pittsburgh from the back. You know, you go here. And then you go like this. Would it make more sense? Wait, you're worth 20. Cleveland is worth... Are you both worth 20? I'm assuming the AI... Yeah, it's probably like releasing some territory. Yeah, so you go here and then go up to or up to Cleveland, I should say. That probably makes slightly more sense. Canadians, I think, are falling back. Because they are cowards. You're doing I mean, we're winning most of our battles for sure. What if you went to Cleveland or you went to Pittsburgh? Something like this. You can see that you're falling back into that region. Do not send reinforcements. You're supposed to be dead. And I would appreciate it if you would understand that you're supposed to be dead. Because being alive, it really screws up my plans here. You know, you attack here. I mean, you want to be able to push through these provinces if at all possible. Okay, fantastic. You're moving here. When are you going to be there? You're going to be there in 1 day, 1 hour. You're going to be there in 2 days, 9 hours. So we want to actually attack this guy. Unfortunately, there were more troops there, which is unfortunate. You guys have pushed into Canada also slightly in 2 different spots. The Canadian army is a little bit of a joke. But you know what? Yeah, let's actually just leave here. We'll defend across the river into Washington. I think that's an okay place to be. We should be getting some defense values there. How are you doing? I definitely have to change our plans a little bit. Yeah, you know what? I think what we've taken right now is pretty good. So we'll hold off slightly because again, Pittsburgh, Cleveland are 2 very good territories that we need to take. Again, 38,107. I would say those are favorable towards us. And 1 more factory. You know what? Another fighter. We'll try to hold this as much as we possibly can. The CSA just doesn't even want to put any planes in this region, which I appreciate. Okay, what we're trying to do is hit them where they're at their weakest points. Artillery upgrade's nice. You're going to be done in 67 days. What else do I need right now? Light tanks would be... nah, it's like a 1.5 years ahead of time. You're a year ahead of time. You know what? You're very expensive. We're almost have enough army experience. So you know what? Let's wait the... let's wait until we have 100. And then we can get what we need here. But I don't want to lose this territory. For obvious reasons. You immediately push into here. Counterattack. Take that land. Now, India is at war with itself. So that at least will hopefully pull Entente troops out of India. I am kind of running out of oil. But I think with the invasion of America on its way, there's going to be a good time for us to end this episode. So thanks everybody for watching my Anthem. If you enjoyed, run a thumbs up. Not enjoy, click a thumb down. If you want to see more, subscribe, and goodbye.